Hello, I'm a little tired, so I'm not going to really make a very long video here. But I wanted to go to Romans chapter 9, and this is like one of the huge predestination verses. Romans chapter 9, verse, verse 12. Not by works, but by him who calls, she was told the older will serve the younger. Just as it is written, Jacob I loved, but Esau I hated. Okay, and then but shall then I say, is God unjust? Not at all. For he says to Moses, I'll have mercy on whom I have mercy, and I'll have compassion on whom I have compassion. So this idea that God called and that he said that loved Jacob, but that he loved Esau, they make a huge jump to unconditional predestination. Now the verse does say before they did anything, God chose this, but God foreknew what kind of character they would have. And it's not about salvation. This is about inheriting the promise. This is about inheriting being a patriarch. Jacob was next in line. I mean, it's clear. Friends, why did God choose Jacob over Esau? Could it be because Esau was an idiot? Now, I hate to use the term idiot, okay, but he sold his birthright for some Lenten stew. He sold his birthright for some Lenten stew. How in the world is that the person that should inherit God's promises? Esau, his people, the Edomites, they went on and they did some, they attacked Israel, later on. But anyway, I think that we're making too much about this. A lot of this verse is describing the history of what happened, and everything about the Bible is not about salvation. And I've listened to different people about Romans 9, but I haven't heard about Esau selling his birthright for Lenten stew. And would God really call somebody to be the person that would be the patriarch who would actually do that? He would be so foolish to sell his birthright for that. No. And you know what? I believe God calls people sometimes to certain tasks. I wouldn't be surprised if God called Abraham Lincoln to be the president when he was. I wouldn't be surprised if God had George Washington where he was supposed to be at that time in history. It's not about salvation, individual salvation. It's about God's overall redemptive plan. God has an overall redemptive plan, and he uses free agents. And just because every time you see called or elect, that doesn't always refer to salvation. God wanted Jacob to be the leader of the Israelites, the tribes to come from Jacob. And it's pretty easy when you analyze both Esau and Jacob's character. So therefore, I think it's a very weak argument when we say, well, see, this points to predestination. No, it doesn't. And actually, God didn't hate Esau. This is comparative language. It's like him saying it's like when Jesus said, "Yeah, you can't be a disciple of me unless you can't be my disciple unless you hate your mother and father and your brother or sister." This is God's way of saying, I love Jacob a lot more, but it's comparative language. He's really not saying I hate Esau. So and in reality, he's probably talking about the Edomites anyway, not Esau, because verse 12 was written about 1500 years, where the Old Testament quote was 1500 years before verse 13. Both of these are quotes in the Old Testament. But anyway, that's a different story. God did not want someone that would sell their birthright for Lenten stew to inherit God's promise. That's the easy way to translate this. Not predestination. I believe you're jumping through hoops to try to. I believe you're jumping through hoops to try to imply predestination in this scripture. Anyway, thank you very much. and God bless you.